I'm Garrett McCaffrey, and this is the SwimSwam podcast. With us today is the newly named head coach of Iowa Swimming, Nathan Mundt, who joins us from Iowa City. Thanks for making the time, Coach.
Garrett, thank you so much for having me this morning. Pleasure to be on with you.
It's a pretty cool opportunity for you, and the circumstances come with some layers, but if we can kind of take those layers back and let's play a game I like to, play sometimes in these interviews, and let's go way back to a year when you're kind of at the beginning of the pandemic and quarantine and maybe not even so certain about your club position and your club team. And I told you, if you just keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get an opportunity to be a Division I, head coach at the end of this, and you don't have to move your family. I mean, would you have signed on and been all about that?
Yeah. I think absolutely. It has been a wild ride. Like you said, a year ago, 14 months ago, would have never expected this opportunity. Like you said, we weren't sure of the certainty of our club, and not unable to have practices or full time. Just like many clubs around the country, if not all clubs. So, having this opportunity right here in Iowa City is really remarkable for myself and obviously for my family. Such support from my wife and my three boys. So it's really a family endeavor, and we're very excited to get going and be back as Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I love that as a piece of it. I think that's a big piece that coaches should talk about more, and how they balance that family. I do intend to talk about that, but let's get to some of the meatier stuff first. Impressions in August, again, still with no idea of what was to come, but your home team, was cut. The program at your home pool was cut back in August. Both the men's and women's program were cut, and that was the announcement. What were your impressions, and what was the impression of your team and Iowa Swimming in general?
Yeah, I think everyone was devastated. Having such a tradition here with the Hawkeye men's and women's programs, absolute sadness, and just hopeful that it would be able to return someday. We're, again, uncertain about the future at that point. And really, for everyone, we're, like I said before, just devastated that there wasn't going to be a collegiate program, first of all, in this facility, but also for this state and for the state of collegiate swimming as well. So it was, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of questions at that point. But as time went on, we were, thankfully able to work through it here.
Yeah. At what point did you realize there was hope of reinstatement?
I think really after January, February, that time, there were some women on the team at that point that had filed a lawsuit, but at the same time really just looked out for the well-being of not only the women's program, but swimming and diving throughout the country in the collegiate community. And I was hopeful at that point that there might be some traction, and that proved to be the case, that they were able to be awarded the program coming back. And now going forward, it's really remarkable that we have the full support of the athletic department, and they're 100% on board with building a successful program here at the University of Iowa, which obviously I'm very ecstatic about.
How do you know that?
Having gone through, first of all, the interview process with Gary Barta, with Barbara Burke, with Marcus Wilson, all of our administration, our support staff, from the first moment I spoke with them, it was their commitment to this program. It's not short term. It's not something caused by the lawsuit. It's full go, and we're excited to be able to, well, for me, to have a multi-year contract, but then also to be able to hire a staff, have Todd Weichel, our tremendous diving coach, here join us again for this year and beyond. And yeah, it's just immense support, and they want to be successful within the Big Ten, within the NCAA standings, and move forward by giving us every resource possible.
And you've heard that directly from Mr. Barta's mouth to you.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yes, I have. So,
Awesome.
yes, sir.
So Nathan, tell me a little bit. Let's dig into you as a coach. What makes you the right guy for this position?
Yeah, number of reasons. First of all, just my background right here at the University of Iowa. As I said before, we've been in this community for 13 years now, since 2008. And I came here at that time to be a part of the Hawkeye program and build a championship caliber program back then. And since then, I've had a unique opportunity to not only be a Big Ten assistant coach, but also a head coach of an elite club within USA Swimming with the Iowa Flyers Swim Club, and seeing both sides of the coin. So I have that experience not only training and developing championship caliber athletes right here at Iowa, recruiting them to this fantastic university as well, but then also being able to see it from the flip side and developing young athletes to aspire to swim collegiately and also have great relationships with the coaches on deck, not only here in Iowa, but throughout the Midwest and all over the country. So having seen it from both perspectives, I think really gives me an advantage that not many people do as far as in a collegiate coaching position. So I'm really excited to be able to use that expertise and background to be able to go out and recruit and share that with potential athletes, student athletes coming to the University of Iowa.
Is there anything specific other than the perspective that you just alluded to, which is definitely a benefit in my mind as somebody who's coached club and sent kids to the college ranks, having the advantage of knowing what, like you said, that side of the coin is like is great. You're able to really relate to the athletes on both sides. Is there anything else that you learned from club swimming? And I know that you'd done it before, but you had been in college swimming for a while. And, something that I've been trying to get at with some of these interviews is the difference, club coaching and college coaching. And is there really that big of a difference? Each of them has their own unique challenges. But so let's start with did you learn some specific things going back and maybe taking a couple of the, recruiting or the other things off your plate and just being able to focus on the coaching? Did you learn some things in the last 5 years from club coaching?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Yes. I think that club coaching makes you a better coach. It forces you to be locked in every single day as far as your training plan. And not that it doesn't as far as the coaching, but you're also wearing hats. Collegiate coaching, you're recruiting a lot of the time as well. But you have to be engaged with not only the swimmers in your club, but also the parents and the families. I learned a ton there as far as communication goes with, the triangle, if you will, as far as with the parents and the swimmers and the coaches and everyone involved in that process of helping young athletes develop and improve to accomplish their goals. So on deck, I think I've improved a ton just day to day, being able to communicate a vision each day and help those athletes at a younger age develop day to day and help them understand of where they can go and what they can do. So that's been really a tremendous opportunity for me to learn and to understand, okay, this is what it takes now to be able to better communicate and better coach and help them through the process.
So now this is a two-part. What's the difference between club coaching and college coaching? And then the second follow-up, so don't try to keep them separate if you can. What's the difference between a club athlete and a college athlete?
Sure. I think the first difference with, like you said, the club and the collegiate aspect is, first of all, you have to recruit. You have to be a successful recruiter at the college level. You have to dedicate that time and effort. And really that's relationship building. So in that regard, there's not a whole lot of difference when it comes to, I guess, club and collegiate. You're still building those relationships to earn respect and earn the trust of your athletes. You're going to have to dedicate that time up front as a collegiate coach, and understand that that's a full-time position in itself. But again, that's the challenge of it, and in my eyes, that's the fun of it, being able to create those relationships to earn that trust and have people come and join your program that want to get better and earn a quality education. Second part of that, as far as seeing and coaching athletes in different environments, I think in a club, for me, it's coaching of all ages, from 8 to 18, and also masters. Just understanding their goals and being able to communicate and talk through them with them about, okay, this is how we should proceed if this is your goal. If it's to be a collegiate Power 5 conference athlete, then we should be doing this. If your goal is to aspire to swim in college, then that we can absolutely find a program for you, and we want everyone in our club to be able to aspire to that. And so just being able to learn those different ability levels and be able to coach every aspect of the sport, from the developmental age on up to an elite swimmer that is achieving, going to Olympic trials, or if that's their goal.
How does specifically coaching women change your approach?
Oh, I've been able to connect, I think, with women and men both, but women, it's certainly been such an excellent opportunity here with the elite athletes that we have, not only with iFly, but those in the past that I've been able to connect with. Just being able to be honest and upfront about the process. I think it's communication. Really, I guess that's not a whole lot different for men or women, but just building that trust, having an understanding that I'm very family oriented as well, and want to incorporate them into not only what we do on the pool deck, but just being able to communicate and enjoy having that relationship with them. That coach swimmer relationship is really important to build that trust and be able to share, the good times, and be able to go through the bad times as well. Let them know you're there for them, that you're going to support them, and you're always going to have their best interest in mind and at heart.
So when you're going forward with the program now, as you kind of put the plan in place, how do you want to structure things? You said you get to hire this staff and you could kind of put that together. What's the structure going to look like? How are you going to put the program together with the best foundation you can? Yeah,
we're just getting rolling on that, and looking forward to moving forward one day at a time here. But yeah, absolutely. I think, like I said before, having that foundation of honesty, of respect, and having a goal-oriented program that wants to have like-minded people involved that are successful, not only in the pool, but also in the classroom and in the community. That's really important as far as those pillars go, finding the right people, the right fit. But then on top of that, those that are going to those individuals that are going to accept hard work. And there's no way around that in our sport. We have to be able to instill that work ethic day in and day out in order to achieve the goals that we want to work toward and move toward. It's going to take some time, of course. We have to continue to build the roster, and then also make sure that we value those that are here in our program that have stayed with the Hawkeye swimming and diving program, and have them obviously be the ones that are going to carry this program forward, help us in that endeavor of recruiting, and have them leave a really tremendous legacy on this program going forward. What do you think success looks like for your program in, let's say, 2025, 4 years? Yeah, I think 4 or 5 years down the road, we want to be, like I said before, I think a championship caliber program to us means that you're moving toward the top 5 of the Big Ten, and then having individuals that are competing for Big Ten titles, and then also eyeing the top 20, 25 in the NCAA. The Big Ten is just an excellent conference, top to bottom. So we know we have that work cut out for us. But again, it's a daily process, and just finding ways to improve each day is really the small steps to get there, and then create that big picture. I think we have all the resources. I know we have a tremendous, excellent facility, and one of the best, if not the best, in my opinion, in the country, to be able to do that and attract quality student athletes. But not only that, not just the facilities, but the people that we have here that are willing to help us do that and move forward are just first-class individuals. And I think we can certainly achieve those goals going forward.
So as a young coach with a great opportunity and a young family, what does family success look like in the next 4 years? As you said, you want to build that in as part of the program, and that helps with the relationships, as letting them in, as part of the family, and those things. How does family success align with coaching success? Absolutely.
It's so important, Garrett. I want to thank you for asking that question. Truth be told, my oldest son is 10 years old, and when I was offered the position, my wife obviously was the first one I talked to, but I picked up Nolan, my oldest son, from swim practice, and was able to talk with him right away. And I said, "Hey, buddy, what do you think about this opportunity?" And he was all smiles, and he just was so happy that we were able to have the opportunity to become Hawkeyes. So absolutely, I think it's having that dual focus. I told him that this is going to change anything as far as, me being dad and being there for you guys, obviously most importantly, but incorporating our family, and weaving that experience into the team as well. My wife was a Division I basketball player, a tremendous athlete, and was a collegiate coach. We met as graduate assistants at Valparaiso University. So she knows and understands the commitment that this is going to require. But it's not just me; it's all of us. And having our boys in this community for so long already, they were all born here. They're Hawkeyes, and they're excited. So seeing them develop and grow in this community is, to us, going to be really exciting, and we're looking forward to get going. Well, we're looking forward to watching the results. Congratulations on the opportunity. Best of luck in the upcoming season. And we're hoping for the best for the Hawkeye family and for your family, Coach Mundt. So thank you for the time. Garrett, thank you so much again for the opportunity. Appreciate it, and go Hawks.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.